everyone, Jay Sports Cards here, and today I wanted to share my experience on Thursday at the National Sports Collectors Convention this year, also called the National. So the National is an annual convention for sports cards and memorabilia collectors from around the world to gather and buy and sell and trade and meet up and have fun basically. So this was my second time going to the National, and I was able to visit with my dad this year. So Wednesday or the day before was a sneak peek day, and then Thursday was the first full day of the show. So we arrived around 10 a.m. and the line to even get into the convention center was super long, but we were able to get in about 15 minutes or less, even with a long wait time. As I mentioned in the previous video, there were a lot of different stuff at the National, a ton of vintage stuff, a ton of modern cards, and then of course sports memorabilia, and I would say maybe 5 to 10% was movies and TVs and pop stuff like Elvis Presley, pop stars, movie stars memorabilia, and the like. And then another 5 to 10% was maybe Pokemon and other gaming cards. So my first purchase of the day on Thursday came at a booth called LTD Sports. So they had a bunch of different stuff, mostly graded and mostly more modern stuff, starting with the 80s and 90s usually. And then, of course, very modern cards from the past few years. And so there were a few cards that caught my attention. The first two were LeBron James cards. So they were both case hits out of Panini Court Kings basketball, but different years. So one was him in a Cleveland jersey and called the Swagger insert, and the other one is him in a Miami Heat jersey and it's called Royal Performances. And so I noticed them and felt that they were super reasonably priced. And then I also noticed a Michael Jordan Authentic Fabrics jersey card from 2005 Upper Deck SP. So the LeBron cards were each listed at around $100 and then $180. And then the MJ Authentic Fabrics card was listed at around $450. And I really like the design of the MJ jersey card. And from my experience looking at MJ cards all the time on eBay, I thought it was listed for a very reasonable price. So the total for those three cards came out to be around $730 in terms of the listed price at least, but I felt that there was some wiggle room on the price probably, so I talked with the dealer and we agreed on about $675 cash. I thought it was a really good deal already, so I ended up making the deal with the seller. And so I basically ended up getting the two LeBrons for around $110 each, which I think is a really good deal for those two cards. And then my dad and I went to do some bargain box hunting. We went to the ABC Sports Cards booth and we sorted through some $1 and $4 bins, and we were able to score some nice bargains, including some Larry Bird cards that I picked up and showed you in one of my previous national pickup videos. So that was super fun. And then later on, we noticed they had some giveaways, and so we participated in some of those, including for Walmart and Courtyard.io, and we were able to win a few cards, so that was super fun. I posted a video on that as well if you want to take a look at the free giveaways we were able to get at the National this year. And then I visited a booth by Coleman Cards and I noticed a really nice MJ patch. Actually, the same MJ jersey card that I bought earlier in the day, but numbered to 75, and it was the patch version. But I noticed it was PSA 6, and it was still reasonably priced, but I passed on it at first. And then a few minutes later, I kind of had a change of heart after I left the booth, but for some reason just could not remember where exactly it was. I ended up spending about 2 hours trying to locate the card and the booth because I didn't remember the name of the booth. And so once I came back, the dealer and I were able to work out a deal for the car for around $3,000 instead of the listed price of $3,800, but it had to be cash and I didn't have the cash on me. So unfortunately I had to pass on it again that day and then promised the dealer I would be back the next day with the cash to be able to buy the card after I get some cash from the ATM the next day. And then last but not least, I happened to be in one of the corner areas of the show, checking out some nice basketball cards, and then all of a sudden people were gathering around somebody or some booth. And then it turned out to be Tom Brady. They were filming something, I believe, and they were talking with a few dealers for quite some time in that corner area. It was a super cool experience, and some people got to shake his hand as well and take photos with him, which unfortunately I was maybe one or two rows far out from being able to do. But still, we were able to see Tom Brady super up close, maybe a few feet from him at one point. So that was super cool and super surreal. And honestly, it more than paid for the $30 admission cost for the day. So yeah, so that was a quick recap of my day at the National on Thursday this year. I was able to pick up some nice Jordans and LeBrons and some $1 and $4 bargain pickups that I covered in a previous video. And of course, we were able to see Tom Brady as well. And also stay tuned for the $3,000 MJ Patch card and how that went in the next video when I cover what I did on Friday at the National. I hope that was interesting and gave a glimpse into the National this year, and I hope you will like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll be posting more videos about my experience at the National this year, so stay tuned for that. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.